That car payment is $479 a month. You told yourself it was fine. You ran the numbers in your head on the drive home. It's just $479. You can make that work. But here's what nobody told you in that dealership. $479 a month invested instead becomes $407,000 in 25 years. Not because of luck, because money that isn't spent on something that loses value starts growing into something that doesn't stop. You didn't buy a car. You bought a decision that will follow you for the next 2 decades. And the terrifying part, most people make that same decision 4 or 5 times before they ever figure this out. So why does this keep happening? Why do smart, hardworking people keep choosing payments over freedom? Why do some people escape this cycle and others don't, even when they earn the same income? The answer isn't about discipline. It isn't about being good or bad with money. It's about something nobody teaches you, something hidden in every car ad, every lease offer, every zero-down promotion designed to feel like an opportunity. Stay with this. Picture your financial life right now. You earn maybe $3,400 a month after taxes. Rent takes $1,150. Groceries, $320. Phone bill, $85. The streaming services you barely use, another $47. Student loan minimum payment, $210. Credit card minimum, $65. Utilities, $110. That's $1,987 gone before you've lived a single day of the month. You have $1,413 left, and somehow, every month, it disappears. You're not buying anything extravagant. You're not going on vacations. You're just living. And at the end of the month, you check your balance. It's 11:43 p.m., you're in bed, phone face up on the pillow, and the number is $74. You don't tell anyone. You just put the phone down and stare at the ceiling. Now add a $479 car payment to that picture. Here's what nobody talks about when they talk about car payments. The payment is never just the payment. A financed new car requires full coverage insurance. That's not optional. The bank requires it. Full coverage on a new vehicle averages $1,900 a year. That's $158 a month you didn't budget. Add registration fees, oil changes, tires every few years, and the occasional repair, and the real monthly cost of that car isn't $479. It's closer to $720. $720 a month, every month, for 60 months. That's $43,200 total, on a car that will be worth $11,000 when you make the final payment. You paid $43,200 for something worth $11,000. The other $32,200 simply evaporated. It bought you the feeling of driving something new, and feelings don't compound. Assets compound. That's the thing nobody explains clearly enough. When you own something that grows, an investment, a stock index fund, a small piece of thousands of companies, that thing earns money while you sleep. And then the money it earned starts earning money. And then that money earns money. It sounds slow. It is slow at first, but it doesn't stay slow. $200 a month invested at 22 becomes $12,000 by 27. Not exciting. But at 35, without adding anything extra, that same account is at $48,000. At 45, it's $152,000. At 55, it crosses $400,000. You didn't get smarter, you didn't get lucky. You just didn't spend the $200 on something that lost value the moment you touched it. Same income, different destination. The trap most people fall into has a name: lifestyle inflation. And it's invisible while it's happening to you. You get a raise, you upgrade the apartment, you get a better job, you upgrade the car. Every time your income grows, your expenses grow to match it. The gap between what you earn and what you keep stays exactly the same. You feel like you're moving forward. Your bank account disagrees. The people who actually build wealth, not the ones who look wealthy, the ones who actually are wealthy, they do one thing differently. Every time their income goes up, they increase what they invest before they increase what they spend. The lifestyle improves slowly. The account improves faster. That gap, kept wide for long enough, is everything. Here's what a different decision at 23 looks like by the time you're 35. Instead of the new car at $720 all in per month, you buy a used car for $9,000 cash. You save for 4 months to get there. That 4 months is uncomfortable. You decline some things. You say maybe next month to a few invitations. But then the car is yours. No payment, lower insurance, and $500 a month freed up. You open a Roth IRA, a retirement account where your money grows completely tax-free, and you put $400 a month in automatically. You never see it leave. You just set it up once and let it run. By 35, that account has $72,000 in it. You didn't feel rich at 23, you don't feel rich at 35, but the money is there, quietly growing, doing something you're not. Meanwhile, a friend who took the new car payment at 23 has made $51,840 in payments. Their car is worth $9,500. They have $200 in savings. Same starting point, completely different financial lives, and neither one of you fully noticed it happening. The system that actually works isn't complicated. It just requires doing things in the right order. First, you build a $5,000 emergency fund. Real cash in a high-yield savings account earning around 4%, not a regular bank account earning nothing. This fund exists so that when life breaks, and it will break, you don't go into debt to fix it. Second, you automate investing before you see the money. The transfer happens the day your paycheck arrives, before groceries, before rent, before anything. You live on what's left. This sounds backwards. It isn't. It's the only thing that actually works long-term because it removes the decision entirely. Third, you invest in index funds, not individual stocks, not crypto bets. A simple fund that tracks the entire US stock market and has averaged around 10% annually over the last 50 years. You don't need to understand the companies inside it. You just need to keep buying it month after month. That's the whole system. No spreadsheets, no stock picking, no financial degree required. Just a used car, an automated transfer, and time. The hardest part isn't the math. The math is simple. The hardest part is the feeling that you deserve the new car, that you've worked hard enough to have it, that everyone else has one and you're already behind, that $400 a month invested is too small to matter. None of those feelings are facts. The new car does feel good for about 90 days. Then it's just a car. Then it's a payment you resent slightly every month. Then it's a payment that prevented something you can't see yet. The $72,000 at 35, the $200,000 at 42, the retirement you could have taken at 58 instead of 67. You can't see the thing the car replaced. That's why it keeps winning. But now you've seen it. The math doesn't lie. The dealership does. The lease offer does. The monthly payment calculator that never shows you the total cost or the opportunity cost, that lies by omission every single time. You get to know something now that most people don't figure out until they're 45 and starting from zero. The car you choose at 23 doesn't just affect how you get to work. It affects whether you retire. It affects whether your money works for you or you work for your money every single day until your body stops. One decision, one habit, one automatic transfer. Wealth is built slowly. One smart decision, one habit, one paycheck at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.